Recording? Would it be recording? It is recording.
It's Prost!
Prost!
There we go.
It's not stabilized yet, but it's.
We will stabilize
cheers,
it.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers! Cheers!
The first get
Cheers.
together, the team is together, everything's booked. We'll be almost on our way.
The last time seen sober.
Last since. Don't tell the wives.
Nah.
Okay, my friend, it looks like we're ready.
This is active now, right?
Hey guys. It should be
Phone connected.
Yeah, because it says continue to Finlandia.
2 group members connected.
2 group members
drop.
connected. Doug, you up?
I'm up.
Wonderful, I hear you.
How easy is that?
Yeah, so in June we met at our house and we talked about this trip that you guys looked at for a while, and for me it was all new, the concept of just having a GPS guided tour.
Yeah, Freedom Bike Rental came up online. I looked for it. We Holger and I shared it, so started talking about it. Seemed like it was a good deal. It seemed organized, and so it just went from there. And then you guys committed pretty early to it, and then I came on board sometime later, but finally worked out for 3 of us. Yeah.
I really do want like 27 pushes of something.
Pushes of something.
Yeah. What? You need to press at least a dozen buttons.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. I think camera is rolling.
Yep.
Okay, looks like we're good.
Yeah, so right. I think the start was actually by this guy. He came up. Doug is telling me about his idea to go through South America, going along a bike ride, and his family kind of discouraging him from doing this trip by himself, and having some, experience in mountain biking. We had actually on some rides talked about it and thought about, hey, it could be an interesting thing to start with. And
it was like a perfect introduction into doing a trans South America ride, was to do this over some time. And then Marcus's visit came, and he couldn't come, but we set up contact with Marcus. So Marcus in Ecuador, and so we maybe go see Marcus in Ecuador. We could do a trip around Ecuador. Then Freedom Bike Rental was the best one that came up on the net, and so it went.
Woo. All right, Court.
Okay, have a good trip.
Absolutely, thank you so much.
Cameras going on. This is good.
Yeah, we're trying to bring something home for you.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, traffic zone. Yeah. 2 minutes. Yeah. All right.
You're good to go.
Yeah, it was on the list to go on a long bike ride, a long way around, inspired Deutsche boots, inspired simple, and go for it. And there's no perfect time ever, so why not doing it and committing and getting the tickets was really, really nice. And then preparing, getting gear, checking in, trying it out, that was all cool stuff. And then we finally met. And thanks for the boots, and so it was great to get really closer. Yeah. No, I think that's super awesome because we have the jungle on this side, we have the high mountains, and then we also drop over to the Pacific side and then pop back up. And at the end we're going from 4,000 meters down to 100 meters and then back up again, which is a crazy range. So
Yeah, I'm a little, getting acclimatized to 9,300 feet of keto.
yeah, that would be a little bit
challenge.
rough. Yeah.
was now we had to go get prepared, And so we did all the research we could do to not make any mistakes. So we came up with some videos that clearly told us never write with anybody that's in a group you've never done it right before. We checked that one off.
I did not really prepare about all the waypoints and points we would go through. I wanted to keep it a little bit open, like a movie. Yeah, you can watch all the trailers, and then you know actually a lot already about the movie, and so I kept it actually a little bit open and wanted to just enjoy it and do it, and then deal with it.
No, I was the opposite. I tried to get every bit of data I could, but I couldn't because Google Earth and Google Maps wouldn't point to any roads that led anywhere past San Jose de Minas up north. The rest of the routes were unknown because we did dirt. Yeah, because man, some of them try to find that little bastard.
Yeah.
So, what the hell? I'm going on. What the hell? It's somewhere over here. And Salinas over here?
Yeah, Salinas.
It's Salinas something or other, so I don't know. But I think that's where you stay if you don't stay at the Chimborazo Lodge. But I think you go up here like this, down to here,
Then we're crossing
down to
back up.
Macas, and then you go to Cuenca, which is down here. There's Macas, Cuenca, and then up, I think, and then
Back up.
back up, because there's Alawasi, and then Chimborazo. Back,
Back to Quito.
I think.
And at my house on that day, we tried to look at the map and try to get an idea and try to look through gear and also looked at your drone footage that you had with the Skydio, and it's like, yeah, that's really cool. Let's do it. I was still this aspect of a mystery and just dealing with what comes our way.
So we had to get prepared, and which also meant to take our bikes to some place where we could practice our off-road riding skills. And on top of it, we wanted to record this whole vacation and bringing in the cameras, and the drone was a nice playground there at the Hollister Hills to try out the equipment and see how it performs.
Mark just want to say goodbye. All right.
Essie, mommy. Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
So is this where we started? It doesn't show me the road right now. It just one second. Yeah. I think I'm not on track yet. Right? Is ready to navigate.
Go application,
Application,
trip planner,
trip planner.
These are the one. Okay. Go, you don't do anything. Just go.
Good. Double check with him because I don't know if he's on. Oh, yeah, show him because I don't think he's on.
Yeah, the saddlebags were a new thing for all of us, and they looked a little ungainly, but they worked out amazing. Easy to carry, waterproof, sat on the bike right. Everything was great. The bikes were fine straight out of the gate. Didn't have any problems with them. Really, a few neutral issues, but nothing serious. We all seemed to take to the bikes really easily.
Yeah.
Completely different posture on the bikes, which was, I found, refreshing. Back to sort of farm days and more dirt-oriented stuff. So that was great.
Huh?
But the bikes were
Good.
good. They did us perfectly straight out of the gate.
So yeah, Freedom Bike Rental opened up the gate. We rolled out.
Thank you.
We set the turn signal on the Finlandia and rolled out to Suiza.
All right. Bye-bye.
And made it through the tunnel, through the circle. It was a Sunday. That helped a lot. Traffic was relatively low.
Felt we were off route, but
And the bikes riding so natural. It all fit so perfectly together.
Okay, so my GPS, so I think we're making a left and then go around, right? Oh, I see what.
Hold on. My bike has just stalled.
Yeah, so it was great to really pull out and
Okay.
do it.
As soon as it's green, I'm going to pull over.
I'm back on.
You're back on, okay.
Yeah, where are we going?
So technically, now it shows me a right turn. Initially, it showed me a
Yeah.
left turn. We're going right, right?
Yeah, we're going right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
My thing is constantly telling me off route, recalculating, but it looks like we're good now.
No, we're good. On mine, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was doing a little bit of funky stuff.
Still in the operator.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Your rearview mirror is doing good?
Yeah, roughly. But mine are a bit loose, but
Yeah, mine seem a little loose too. I think there's a big wrench, like a big thing down there that you can twist to tighten them up.
I've got some tools as well. So I've got some crescent wrenches and Allen keys and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So
I've got the
we
air
can make some
compressor.
adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
We got options here.
Yeah. I hope we don't
I
have to use them.
I didn't see any small stuff in their toolbox.
I have my personal small screwdriver. Just a regular Phillips.
Right,
Damn
guys,
mirror.
take off the show. Hands it off.
I did not hear what you said, Tom.
Choke.
Choke off.
What choke off, is that up or fully forward,
no,
right?
I think it's down, right? So, let's see. Oh no, up is
Should have big-
oh no, choke is pulling towards you. Pull it back to get rid of the choke.
Point it forward to get rid of the choke or not?
Yeah, forward is no choke. It seems to me like it.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Mine stalled because it was still fully choked. That's what happened there.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so it's left here, right? Yeah. There we go.
Okay, so mine's now saying off route.
Yeah. It says it's off road.
Yep.
Just hit no.
Okay, yeah.
It should be the right road.
We're good. No, it was just being stupid. Well, so far the traffic is wonderful.
Yeah.
Someone is taking a shower here on the right side in the fountain.
Oh,
It's
check
just-
it out.
Oh, look at that.
So that is always an option, guys. Don't forget.
Don't mark it.
It's on camera.
Yeah. Okay. It's been on the internet. Sweet.
Get out of here. Hell yes.
All right, all we need is a green light. There you go. Okay, so it does have some power.
All right, we have to make it into the inner circle.
Yeah, we're going to make it in here and then make a left.
Yeah, the getting used to the traffic was a breeze. The rotaries were a little strange at first, giving way and then making sure that we're in the right lanes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got really used to the GPS system as a guidance. That worked very well. We had not too often reconsidered where would it go. We just zoomed in and then we would find, or zoomed out if we lost it. So it was really easy and came naturally.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how the motorcycle on my display does not cling to the route on the display.
Yeah, mine's done something strange, so I do want to get out of the damn tunnel.
I mean, now we have no GPS.
Stupid bloody bird. Shit.
Yeah, you won't see any guidance in the tunnel.
The horn definitely became one of my best friends on the bike. Totally accepted here, not to tell somebody off on the street, but to tell them, hey, I'm coming. And I think it was a big safety factor using those horns to make yourself seen and show your presence and head out.
Feel for the brake.
One aspect also in the first hours of riding was, for me, new was the communication system, the mesh system.
Are we all together? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Thomas is one car back.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, nothing coming on your thing.
It was really fun to just keep chatting while riding and building up also our safety network.
This is not totally.
Say that one more time. Yeah, the cloverleaf is coming up. So this is the one that some people take, and then this is the one that people miss. So
Yeah, so we got to get to the right now.
yeah, that's correct. It's easy.
If someone could go ahead or go around traffic,
Okay. I'm not sure if this car's stopping here. No, he's good.
scope it out, or say things like a pothole or sand on the road, or now dirt road, or a couple of things. So that was super cool and new for me.
Yeah, definitely a shout out to Cardo. We had that system easily meshed in, never had any issues.
Yeah, this was a great start. You know, we've got beautiful weather. I mean, just imagine starting this in the rain. No, this is good. Or at nighttime, yeah.
Sunday, perfect timing to get out and on the open road, and we had time on the freeways to get used to the bikes, how they handled before we got onto the dirt. So it was a very good transition.
Yeah, easy day of riding, getting out, heading out to past the equator. We skipped the Equator Museum and the Dog and Pony Show that is definitely made for tourists, and we went off to the cobblestones and the Inka Road.
All right, so we're kind of off the beaten track now. That's good.
Would you like to pull over, Doug, to get redressed?
Wherever, yeah.
Yeah, okay, here, why don't we use this way here? I think I still have my turn signal on anyway. Here, I'll just make sure. Okay. All right. First pit stop. Not too bad, right?
Yeah, no, good.
Hmm. How's the shifting for you?
It's relatively smooth, but that is,
Yeah.
I would say, at 30%. Well, if it's a stage, because when you can't let it slip, then it would not do much.
Oh, here we go. Suddenly,
Bump, 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 bump coming.
Bump, 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 yeah. Goodbye.
Surprise bump. So apparently there is some kind of a waypoint for us coming up here at that next left turn. Anybody know what that was about? There's no flag. Do you see that?
Yeah, but I don't know what it means. It's coming traffic, Jack.
Car passing. All right, buddy, go ahead. Just go in peace. So is that? I think we're here, right? Is this it? Yeah, we make a left here.
Left?
Yeah, I think this might be our first dirt road.
Where are you going? Well, the mine says you have to go on that road a little bit longer.
Your road doesn't it show this way?
No.
This is
What do you say, Thomas?
Nothing, zero.
Okay, so it showed me clearly to make a left. Let me see. Let me just zoom out because I did make the right turn. And with this,
Yeah, I see it on yours. Yeah.
and yours just zoom out for a minute. And then it comes back. Yeah, this is just a little additional dirt road. It feeds right back.
Let's go.
Yeah, check this out, Doug.
Remind us.
It's just a zigzag.
Okay, traffic. I'm behind.
So I've got the dirt roads on it. Are you good?
Mine doesn't show the dirt road.
Yeah, but see how it feeds back into the same road? It just does this little zigzag.
Yeah. Zigzag. Okay.
Traffic.
I'm good.
Huh.
More traffic.
Alright, I'll let this one red car pass and then we can go up.
Okay.
Oh my
What the
god,
hell?
I shouldn't have. Alright.
Oh, he's tilted.
Alright, let's just go.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we pass him. How's that?
Okay, we got it.
Here comes the bump right away. Bump.
Drop in.
I'm trying to be too friendly. Here's the watchdog.
No, dark. Difficult.
The life expectancy measured in hours.
Yeah, exactly. Death wish dog.
How many dogs?
No, there's another doggy. Alright, passing.
Okay, stop car.
Red car ahead.
Thank you.
2 cars.
What a hacienda coming over. Is that a church on the right?
Probably church.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Looks like a cemetery and church. Now I want to go paragliding.
Seems like a good place for it, right?
That sounds like a fun thing to do.
Well, hell yeah. Here we are in Ecuador on a motorcycle. What the hell? So good.
It's a beautiful thing, you know. What a perfect day to ride. It's not too hot. We got some clouds in the sky.
See the peak, some of them. Not all.
Yeah, then we took up the Skydio, the drone.
For some minutes. So no, we're just gonna go around here. On the other side, I'm gonna try to catch it. Oh shoot! I'm sorry, I pushed the button. I wasn't supposed to do that. All right. I'm gonna turn this one on, and off we go. Okay, Doc, I'm gonna take the lead.
You are.
All right.
Flying the Skydio was every one of my biggest challenges.
There's my buddy. Oh, close to the cable, but that's all right.
Controlling the bike and at the same time trust the drone to actually follow you.
Whoa, another close
I
one.
had full faith in the obstacle avoidance system, and it avoided all obstacles, including power lines, which we basically inched a couple of times. That was quite amazing to see.
Oh, cables. They really like the cables.
Yeah, I might eventually have to set it for a higher altitude.
We got that beacon, tried it out several times before, was doing a fantastic job, but then actually implementing it in reality was a nerve-wracking experience.
So it should technically not lose us.
I think that's strong.
Okay, we should keep going. Let Tomas catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, you're behind. Okay.
Yeah.
That drone is doing some crazy stuff up there, but it's
Yeah, it is. Okay.
I'm kind of shitting my pants, and I'm but I'm actually also very excited at the same time. Do you see it? Oh, there.
pulling off to the side of the road, setting this thing up. We were on a windy downhill down towards a creek. There was a river crossing, and I just thought, this is the moment where we should try this thing out the first time. So setting it up, letting it fly, it did its thing, and it was actually following us.
So I have no idea what he's going to do now.
And we're heading off. Always one eye on the drone, one eye on the street, and we made it through this zigzaggy canyon.
I don't see it yet. I'll let you know when I see it flying over my head if it's
Coming off on the other side, I was absolutely delighted to actually see the camera, to see the drone actually showing up, and I was able to land it in the middle of the road. Almost forgetting about that there was traffic coming down, and would have taken me out.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Oh, there it is, right in front of us.
There he is.
Woohoo!
Whoa.
Come here, buddy. You make me nervous.
That's not. No traffic still.
Just hope that a bus doesn't come past.
Jeez. Come
And
here.
the wipers come on. Ooh. Cables, very thin cables.
But hey, you made it. $2,000 landed safely in your hand.
Yeah.
That's another safety issue.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Yeah, we did let you know that there's traffic coming.
More traffic.
Traffic.
We wanted to keep that safety aspect definitely high.
More traffic.
There's nothing on that side. I'll look up the...
Grab it, dude.
Oh.
Get it off the road.
Oh, yeah, you maniac.
All right, can turn it off. Let's hit the button in the front here.
Kind of worked, right?
That footage is going to be awesome. I already know it. Put this right straight.
I reckon we have maybe 45 minutes left before it starts to rain, or maybe an hour.
I hope it's going past us. Yeah, so next I have to adjust the altitude a little bit because these risks that you're running, getting this thing into a power line, that risk is real.
Yeah, those sizes might be different sizes than in the US. They might be thinner or something, and might be not able to see it.
Yeah, right. I mean, for the most part, it has a really good recognition.
After the dry canyon, we took off and had our first contact with dirt roads. For me, that was definitely a not so known experience, and I was riding small mopeds before in the dirt. That was always fun.
Yeah, you're getting it.
But now having a 650
Yeah, roosters are vicious.
was different, but it was really fun. Very quickly developed a relation to how the bike handles in the dirt and trusted it. Braking, tires. It was great to ride through the dry canyon. First steep turns, check the bikes, check the brakes. A lot of engine braking. That was actually the key.
Yeah, so the dirt roads and the bikes were a match made in heaven. They were very good for each other. The tires, both on the asphalt and in the mud and on the cobblestones, the Motor Z Tractionator tires were really good. I was a little concerned that wet cobblestones that the Incas put down might be an issue. Turned to be a non-event. The dirt roads were surfaced mostly with sandy kind of mixture, and that the traction was great, so there was no trouble with slipping.
I love the idea in front of me too. Thanks for all the sprinkles.
Hi. No, mine tells me. Oh, what does mine tell me? Mine just flipped around. No, it's left. It's left. The GPS. Yeah, kind of weird. The GPS completely flipped around on me all of a sudden.
The acceleration was amazing through steep turns and going up. That was so much fun.
Oh, this is the Inka road, right? Catching this in GoPro right now, and if we have a little bit of a vista, oh, I think we do. Oh, look at this! Oh, beautiful! Oh, I will. Beautiful. Cars can wait. And we're off.
It took us up to San Jose de Minas, where we arrived, where I don't think they'd seen a gringo in a long time, which was great. Sunday, so the town square was peaceful. They had a little merry-go-round making a lot of noise, but that quietened down after a while, and then we found a really nice little restaurant
Overlooking
the plaza and the church.
Your first meal.
Hopefully not the last.
Cheers. San Jose de la Minas.
I seem to remember there was kind of a lack of communication as to what exactly we were going to get, which seemed to be a common theme in the trip. So everything was a surprise, but a very pleasant surprise. And we learned to trust the owners at these various establishments where we seemed to get a full meal every time we went in there. At
soup, main course, and dessert, and Coca-Cola was always the normal drink to go to. Just coffee and sugar to get going. And it was a nice atmosphere. It was like familiar. You sit there, and right next to you, maybe I'll catch one grandma with her granddaughter and another family right next to us, where we could actually see what we might get as the next course.
All right, I'm good to go. Yeah, I think so. I just want to make sure that turn is full. All right, dirt road, dirt road. Yeah, we're getting on dirt.
So one of the big highlights was actually riding up to the high altitude lakes. I think they had 3,500 or almost 4,000 meters. Bikes performed perfectly up there.
Yeah, even at that altitude.
Not much power loss there.
No, we all suspected that they might, but they seem to handle the altitude really well. And they're not fuel injected bikes, so that was interesting.
And going up, the vegetation changed completely. The landscape changed to a volcanic cauldron kind of type. And it was really fun. Temperature change was extreme, of course. First test for our gear. Can we stay warm in that high altitude? But I think everything worked out.
Standing up, making it easier.
Extra layers. And, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it was cobble Inka Road all the way up, and just had a look. It was 11,800 feet at the top there, and everyone was out there with their families cooking out, and then
some were camping.
Yeah, it seemed like they were camping, but beautiful setting, and I think Holger got some good drone footage from there, going up to altitude. So that was a good one.
Yeah, it was also we pulled out the sky view and sent it up into the sky, into actually the cloud layer or just below the cloud layer, and really good footage of the lake and the surrounding area.
And then we went back down into Otovalu and went to our first night at the Pinsaki Lodge.
Yeah, that was a big surprise. First of all, we were in the wrong place. When we rolled up to the plaza there, everyone was greeting us. It was beautiful. 16th century building from a usually monastery.
Jesuit, yeah.
Jesuit monastery with it was a half a meter thick walls. It was more fortress than hacienda kind of, but beautiful garden in front and on the back, and
going in and being greeted at the door with the promise to get some drinks. And I was completely convinced that they were expecting some celebrities to come in. And I just hope for my partners here not to blow our cover and get the whole royal treatment. And it ends up, the treatment was truly meant for us. So we're coming in, parking the bikes, being shown our rooms, and completely blown away by what I never expected it to be an accommodation that we had ever asked for.
Okay, well, what a wonderful place. Wow. Hola, ¿cómo está? Hello, hello.
Food wise, and the rooms were incredible. Fires in the rooms, hot water bottles. The dining was amazing in that old style colonial part of the house where the family, I guess, lives still.
Our hostel, but this looks great. Looks like a monastery to me.
Yeah, we had great food, treated like kings by Andre. I remember Andre. Shout out to Andre for being such a good host. Yeah.
All right, I'll take that one.
Okay, thank you for coming to Pisaki. It is an honor to say welcome to Pisaki.
Yeah, so in the evening we had a gathering with all the other guests, and Andre, the host, was telling us about the story of the hacienda. We also had a peace treaty there with Colombia in 1850 or whatever. So it was a very important place for Ecuador, and they rounded it up with the sweet wine.
Okay, the name of the tea that we first served, the name is Canelazo. It's a traditional drink from the highlands, only cinnamon tea with sugar cane liquor. No? And this is a local liquor. The brand is Norteño. Norteño, that means from the north. We are in the north of the highlands.
Salud, my friend.
That was pretty delicious. And then
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, he also mentioned Simon Bolivar had been in there to organize a couple of battles against the Spanish to free them of the Spaniards. So long history at the house. So it was impressive to hear about that. And I was just amazed that we were there at all.
Well, the music, obviously traditional Ecuadorian music, flute, some guitar-like instruments, probably named differently, a drum, and here it goes. They're playing some beautiful music for us. And the sounds of it definitely carried on into the morning of our next ride as we're heading out from the hacienda.
before we had an awesome dinner at the dinner place there, which was in a side building. Another three-course something,
Yep.
and high quality. And surprised about how amazing the food was tasting.
Yep. And during this time in Ecuador, we fell in love with the Pilsner and the club beer. What was it, club lager or something? So yeah, it was definitely every evening we had good food and good beer.
Yeah.
And this was the start.
And coming back from an absolutely spectacular dinner, coming to my room and there's actually a fire going. I'm actually setting up a fire to make us warm for us. That is just sweet.
Well, let's see what we're gonna see tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a nice day riding, coming out of Otwala, heading back to towards Quito, and don't even know exactly where we're heading, but it's gonna go south, and then we're ending up in the Amazon. That's gonna be sweet. Okay, Hacienda Pinsaki. Next morning, I took my time a little bit, downloading some footage. We got a little bit of a late start, and so off we were. Definitely a motorcycle day, and we went on to our first mission to skip the weaving workshop in Tahuna Tsinsuyo, and then went straight further up to the Romelia embroidery and saddlery and past that one. We head further up, gaining altitude, and eventually started freezing our little buddies off, and we stopped at 12,000 feet to get dressed a little bit warmer to tackle the highest elevation of that day of 13,324 feet, or 4,062 meters.
Hier kommt mit hin war ich auch noch okay. Ich habe so eine Kälte gemerkt, aber es ist nicht kalt geworden.
Yeah, so I rolled out and we had to refill the first time our motorcycles with gas and to figure out the difference between the extra and the super with 91 octane, and also had to figure out what is it in liter or in gallons of the displays and turn on the gallons, and so the prices are probably comparable to the US. So yeah, that was the first time. Also massive amount of murals here called in Mexico would be tapas, concrete, hills, and slow traffic. At the end, we probably counted 2,000 of them. Well, that was also an experience to deal with, let's say, dogs and donkeys and cows and sheep and suddenly people or kids running into the road. That was definitely a new thing to take care of and always be aware of, also very drastically changing quality of the road from nicer asphalt to potholes to water or clay spilled, and of course dirt.
Yeah, we also got our first clear view of Cayambe volcano. It's the first volcano that we saw with the snow on top, and gave us a taste of things to come. And the pass, the elevation, getting in and out of clothes, getting layers on, and going down into the Amazonas. Interesting road going down, windy, wet, lots of traffic on that road because it's the main road from Quito going down into Amazonas. So we saw a lot of trucks, learned a few lessons about how we dislike buses, and petrol tankers going down the road. But by this stage we were getting pretty warmed up as to what we could do, and having someone ahead warning of oncoming traffic, like we said previously, worked really well. And so we went from 13,000 feet and we dropped down into Amazonas, which we figured was around 1,000 feet, yeah. And of course with that comes a dramatic temperature change, and so layering became kind of tedious, but something that you had to do just to cope with the different temperatures.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, we also got our first view of the jungle-covered mountains. You know, the incredibly steep but jungle-covered, those eastern Andes, where it gets a lot of rain and a lot of jungle, all intact. Well, not all, but you could see that it was mostly intact, which was nice. Obviously, where man is, there's deforestation, but when you look up against the hills, you could see all the magnificent waterfalls coming down there because of all the rain. And Thomas leading the way, so we managed to catch up quite a bit on the flat roads there, and it was really just as well we did.
Yeah, because it was 330 kilometers, and we really had to press on to make it to our next destination, because that was including a boat ride to our lodge.
greatest thing to get to the river where we dropped the bikes, dropped our sweaty gear, and we were definitely soaking wet at the time. By the time we dropped off the bikes, and we enjoyed a beautiful sunset on that motorized boat over to the lodge, which took about 15 minutes upstream. And there it was, the El Jardín Mishahuali Lodge. Fantastic place.
Yeah, we grabbed our stuff. I would reckon it's about 50 pounds total what we wear as well as what we have to carry on our shoulders, and started our climb. It's probably 30 meters upstairs to that lodge. Still halfway in our gear and showing up at the reception, and probably sweating out another 2 liters of water.
Yeah, making that our dressing room right there.
And it was great to get finally to our rooms, drop everything off, throw all our wet gear and hang it up or lay it down and spread out, take a shower, and then return to a beautiful lodge with a beer in our hands
And a swim.
And you guys went in and reflecting on the day. It was fantastic. And hearing the Amazonas, the cicadas, with the different birds, and
Yeah, the rooms were well designed, so you didn't notice anyone. All you did was have a view of the river.
yeah, it was fantastic. And hearing the Amazonas, the cicadas, with the different birds, and also hearing the river, the Rio Napo. That was a really, really unique experience. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you give us a little intro of what you're doing here today?
Well, here we go down the mighty Napo River, and hopefully we'll stop somewhere, otherwise we find ourselves in the Atlantic. However, we're going to go see the Caimans, where we're hoping to learn about what they eat and perhaps feed Holger to them.
So today we are out in nature, and Doug wants to show us how to catch a caiman with his bare hands and how to make leather boots out of it.
Day 3, early morning, taking a boat ride over to an island to see the local pets, and certainly got a little glimpse of that. Our guide, I think Guillermo was his name, showed us the natural mosquito repellent in form of nests made by termites, and the fragrance apparently is there to repel the mosquitoes.
It smelled like citronella.
It was not, yeah, it was a citrusy kind of a smell. And he also showed us the bullet ants, kind of aggressive beasts, 4.5 on the Smith pain scale. They mean business when they bite you. Yeah,
Well, Holger also tried to, if he can actually rip his camera out of the mouth out of the caiman. He got very close, and that thing snapped at it. But good reflexes, no harm, no fault, but an amazing.
Adios, mama.
Adios, mama.
Yeah, we thought we'd improve on Holger's visage, and so we attached various plant forms to his face. So that made for some rather amusing pictures, and but it was a very nice walk through the jungle, very informative, and meant for another boat ride, which was nice, to the hotel, and we were there early and got packed up in really a good timely fashion and got back down on the water, headed back to the bikes where we picked them up, and started heading out to Baños. But don't forget the lunch. So we stopped in Puyo for lunch, and with a very humorous interaction with the waitress, along with Google Translate and everything. And we couldn't make head nor tails of what she was saying. She didn't understand us, so we left it up to the gods, and we got presented with the most unusual meal. Volcatero, which was very nice, thinly sliced plantains. Those were good. And then they just dumped a can of tuna on top of that with some pico de gallo. And so it was a relatively healthy lunch, but completely unexpected in the Amazon jungle to have canned tuna on top of plantains, and of course the obligatory Cokes.
It's a nice can of tuna.
So how is your cat food?
It is. It's tuna. It's a can of tuna. And that's all right.
But a good meal was had, and then we headed off to Baños.
Yeah, so I was getting very quickly very wet from the inside as well as from the outside. It was very humid, very warm. Rain kicked in, first sprinkle, then a little bit more. And we got accommodated to the wetness on the road. Had a good feeling with the tires, with the brakes, in those windy turns and or narrow turns along following a river. And so it was really interesting to ride in the jungle, very green, very wet. Seeing new things, very steep canyons that the rivers cut in over millions of years there, and make our way up to Baños.
Yep, and skipping the Cascades de las Latas and the zip lines and the Diablo waterfalls as well.
Yeah, so we arrived in Baños eventually, and very small town but very vivid, lots of tourists. So we found our way to a beautiful hotel, and it was a bit on the artsy side, but very colorful and nice, compact little rooms, very friendly hosts, and yeah. Then that afternoon we started exploring Baños, and crazy fireworks went off at some point, and a street parade for a Maria statue happened at precision. So yeah, it was a little bit unexpected explosions, but the firework was very nice, and we found a fantastic place to have dinner there. Okay, Baños in the morning, we started off with a very nice breakfast at the place, and tried to resolve some computer issues with downloading data to the hard drives.
That's right.
So now I'm headed back from getting my computer data restored onto an external hard drive. This gentleman was willing to help me out, and it turns out he didn't want any money for it because it was a government office. We left him a tip, $3. Can't ask for any better outcome on this one.
Then we made it out, rolled up a windy road to a pass, and it was breathtaking to see the Baños Valley in front of us, and the next valley as well, because it was a 180-degree mountain, the top of Viewpoint.
Yeah, when you're taking the lead of a group of three and you're missing a turn, you've got to be flexible enough and find a second opportunity, which I took. And
We did have a rather exciting entrance to that site. We'd impromptu off-road up a little path, and resulted in two bikes laying in the ground.
Alright, I fucked it up. Sorry, guys.
it definitely challenged our off-road skills. Clearly mastered by the leader, looking in the rearview mirror, looking at a little bit of a wreck. Things went all fine, put the motorbikes back up and kept on riding, and learning experience set for the future.
Definitely, it was a good experience in safe environment, and how to handle the bike if you stall it and maybe lean it a little bit against a wall.
Jesse, this is a spot for the drone, and encircled my friends and a statue.
Yep.
There was this group, there was this young lover sitting there and Holger added to the romantic scene there, flying very close to them, and almost got almost physical there. But he saved the day.
And went to Rio Bamba, which has come to be a sort of benchmark for crowded, noisy little city.
Well, after Rio Bamba, we found one of the recommended restaurants there and had a nice dinner, and also a very friendly interaction with the parking lady there, who was actually asking for your phone number and how old you are. She took very well care of our bikes and
Find us?
Alright, you tried. Nice try, guys.
I screamed after you. You didn't stop. Oh, wow, that's a nice place.
It is a very beautiful place.
Wow.
I don't know if it is open today. It is a bit closed.
There's some light inside. Entrada to the left.
Yeah, there was a beautiful courtyard though.
Yeah.
And so you went out of all the noise and everything into this courtyard, and then wherever we went, in some of these, well, not wherever, but often we were the only people in the establishment. And this was no different. We arrived there with the only people in there, and very nice, yeah.
It was a nice, cool place to cool off.
And then we started going off Panamericana and up into the hills, where we just kept climbing and climbing.
The incoming thunderstorm that we saw was actually staying away from us, but on the other side of the pass we had a lot of fog to endure, and took it really slow, safe, and made it down the hill. Yeah, it was the first full-on dirt road ride there, and had to test a little bit the bike, the handling in corners on wet sand, but all worked well. And
Went up to 4,312 meters on dirt roads, so that was fun.
it was all doable.
Yeah, we had that water crossing at the bottom, which they'd warned us about, and they said it was going to be challenging descent,
Yeah.
and but at a reasonable pace, it was absolutely fine. and again, I think tires and motorcycle made for a safe, easy descent down there. And it was a long way on dirt, so it was good.
Wrong turn we took that added a little bit in time and also distance that we had to correct. So it was definitely a challenging day endurance wise, but we all good together and safely made it to the hacienda.
Well, I did decide to lay down in the driveway just briefly, going down to the hacienda, just laid down there, took a rest, head in the ditch. But it was very low speed, muddy thing, so that was, I think, about the only real putting it down in the trip, really. And the hacienda was another surprise.
Yep, nice little horse farm. I'm sure my kids would have loved it, and beautiful place. Big rooms with jacuzzis and a fancy shower and 2 beds, and really awesome place.
It was great to again spread out all the moist stuff and wet stuff for drying, and just taking the end of the day a nice warm hot shower, and then just sitting down for a great 3-course meal. It was fantastic.
Yep, they were very late, and so they were very gracious to keep the kitchen open for us and welcome us. And the rooms were huge.
I would like to add, in the morning the hacienda was beautiful, sunlit, no clouds. The clouds were way below us and covered the small village. We got a tour to the horse stable, which was really beautiful to see. Took off, had a couple interesting roads to ride, which was fun, to Alesi, and there was an amazing market with a lot of native people in full traditional clothes, and also colorful and nice to see, very vivid.
It's a bit like the Sierras. My favorite part of the Sierras is the Sierras, in North Atlantic, and so far of the Andes, my favorite has been those jungle-covered mountains. That is, love that.
Okay, so we're making a left here.
Okay, from the hacienda, we went down through into town by dirt road. Very nice dirt road. It's good to be on dirt again. And we went down. We're now headed for Cuenca.
see what's going on.
Maybe it's a landslide.
Hola. Hola.
Hola. Hola. Hola.
Hola.
Maybe I closed this road off.
Yep. I think you're heading the right way though.
Nice barricade.
Maybe it's just to slow people down coming around there. But I'm going to that. Well, so this road is nice because you can actually take a look at the scenery every now and again. You know what I mean? If it's too technical, then you clip and cut. You know what I mean? So I like this. There's a fine sort of mix between watching what's going on around you and concentrating on every damn rock and road.
What a nice view from up here.
Crazy view.
Right, now as I'm putting along here, I've got the drone up on my left shoulder. It's still there and it sees me. And, hope we're getting some good footage out of this. Following me like a really good dog. Thing. Not seeing her right now. Oh, there it is. Going 50 kilometers an hour. Following me beautifully. Alright. Anyone of you back on? Anybody close? Doc, Thomas, anybody online? Alright, that should be enough. I am popping the drone up in there. Alright.
have a flag here in Multitude, but I don't know. Don't remember.
Yeah. Let's look at what the flag's meaning is.
Oh, that. It just kept on going, Holger.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Multitude. A lousy 52K.
So woke up in the morning to a good breakfast, headed down the dirt road into Papayacta.
Her donkey. It's gonna take it very easy. Hola! ¿Cómo estás? Yeah. Wait. See, do we give her a little money? I've got a couple dollars.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you got something?
Yeah, I've got $1 here. Hang on.
Okay.
Sí, sí. Un momento. I think 1 or 2. I give it 2. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're going up the hill. Ooh. Vamos a la cuenca. I can't hear it all. Vamos a la cuenca. Yeah.
All right.
We're off to go. Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope you have a wonderful day. I would love to take you for a ride. Great. Gracias. Gracias. Adiós.
Adiós. Adiós.
Then joined the main road going up towards Alausi, went through Alausi and finally had lunch in Chunchi after going up and down wrong way and down one-way streets, but we found a tiny little restaurant tucked away, which proved to be very interesting. We had just the local fare again. We didn't know what we were getting, but it was always very good. The soups are very good. We ended up getting a tour of the house just to go to the bathrooms. The very unusual short door, which I hammered my head on. But off we went, and we elected to go to the Inka ruins, which turned out to be very nice, fascinating, a much lower scale to some of the Peruvian ones, but showed an interesting relationship between the Incas and the local culture, how they managed the moon and the sun to integrate it into the joint venture that they had there. Very big difference in construction there. And then we continued from there down into Cuenca, apparently Gringo City. Through not my navigation, we managed to find the footbridge where we crossed the river into our hotel, the Hotel Victoria.
Ah, no sé, buenas tardes, welcome. Okay, so buenas tardes. So this is a welcome drink. This is a natural tea for you. So you can choose the final arrival to the city, Cuenca City. So salud. So what is this called? It's agua de pítimas. Is a combination of some herbs, natural herbs of Cuenca.
Yeah, in Cuenca we had a rest day, and it was nice to just walk around in town a little bit, and we found a beautiful place right next to the cathedral, and yeah, had some mojitos and fantastic food.
Cheers, amigos. No one would have thought mojitos in Cuenca.
Mojitos in Cuenca.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah, and this rest day in Cuenca, oh, it was nice, but the town was a little bit too big for us, so we would have had that rather than the Amazon, maybe another day to explore.
Smaller city, yes.
Are you guys ready to move on? Ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, now finally. Let's go.
That was fun.
Now you look at he's happy we're here.
But don't roll forward.
It's higher than, you know.
Oh, definitely higher, yeah.
This is like my Tiger. This is how I sit on. I have a Triumph Tiger 800. The Triumph. I have the Triumph 800.
I tried it.
No, the Triumph motorcycle.
Yeah.
Triumph.
800
Yeah.
XC. That's ride.
Yeah.
And it's the same height.
Yeah. Maybe picture.
Sure.
Don't roll forward.
Do not want to. This is a really nice place.
Yeah, it's very cool, but the woodwork is...
Yeah, I love this. This is awesome.
Look at this.
Wow, look at that.
This is beautiful here.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great idea.
Coffee. One coffee or two coffee? Coffee here or this? Here.
Oh, no, this is small scooter.
Alright. Okay, so we decided to get up at a reasonable hour to get out of Cuenca because we didn't really like Cuenca. Took a shortcut because of rain was in the forecast, and so we apparently are learning, and got onto a freeway where there was very little traffic, but through beautiful jungle-clad mountains with little sign of everyone, lots of waterfalls around every corner, and got onto a freeway where there was very little traffic, but through beautiful jungle-clad mountains with little sign of everyone, lots of waterfalls around every corner. Little disturbance of where we were. There was a reservoir down one side, which was pretty amazing construction. We decided. We then ended up joining the main freeway again, and that proved that habitation changes everything. So we saw a little bit more influence of man, and we were now in Amazonas again, which was very nice.
Yeah, so for the passes, we had a pretty high point. I don't know where it was and how high, but I think we made it back to 3,500 meters and or 10,000 or 11,000 feet.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful to see the transition between the mountainous area and then the Amazonas again, and it was a little bit of mystery that sometimes walls of mountains, of green, of waterfalls came at us, and we carefully navigated around it and integrated ourselves into this landscape.
And we were now headed to Macas, where we found that the bridge that we were to take just before the hotel had been, the side portion of the bridge had been washed out, so we were turned away and between Holger and Thomas managed to figure out a route back, which took us 29 kilometers back down the road and crossed another bridge, which was very interesting. And then the GPS took us on a very nice, interesting dirt road, which hadn't been used in years, over a bridge which had little use. And so we had a mini adventure out of something that we thought was going to be a huge hassle, and it turned out to be a good thing to get to the hotel. And we arrived at the hotel in good time, and what a surprise that was. One of my favorite days.
When we pulled into the driveway, we found ourselves inside another resort with an inviting swimming pool, a sauna within a garden of beautiful landscaping.
Beautiful stonework in the rooms, and very nicely set out. I was impressed.
They had a nice pavilion with a balcony and a nice view over the river. Somebody pointed out an almost invisible orange glow in the distance, and that was of the volcano Sangai, 25 miles away from us. It was dark, and it took a long time exposure to see some details. The only lens I brought on this trip was a 14mm wide angle. Probably not the best focal length for this kind of a shot, but after cropping into the image almost to the pixel level, I could actually see the lava flow of the volcano.
Yeah, it was super cool, right? We all were concerned about the huge weather system that came from the Amazonas, but it turned out it was easy. We had fantastic views on the other volcanoes as well, and the landscape. So it was nice to just really go and go up there to 4,000 meters and enjoy the views. We had a little bit of fog, but finally took off riding over the pass. That was at 4,800 meters or 15,000 feet. And of course, it was very cold there. There was snow, there was fog. So to roll through that mystery land, it was quite impressive.
And then we ended up having lunch at some little place on the side of the road, middle of nowhere. They had live trout and very friendly people, of course, again. Good soup.
That's a decent view from here.
Yeah.
So ¿dónde está la trata? Is it live?
Sí, acá abajo.
Yeah, sí.
Por interno y externo.
Yeah.
But they took the trout out of a tank
¿De qué país?
Vivo en Estados Unidos.
And straight cooked it there, so it's the freshest trout you'll ever have. The trout themselves were caught in the valley below. And we had one of the best trout meals I've had right there. So that was very welcome.
Proving a little difficult.
Yeah, they're putting up a fight. Okay. Doug, here's yours.
Ahí. Llévale.
Muy bien.
¿Tú quieres tomar?
Sí, ok.
Esto puedes tomar.
Ajá. Oh, this went down.
Botamos para rellenar. Ajá, o sea, no estamos rellenando.
Ah, voy?
Sí.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch it down there.
Yeah. The way what you just said is that this shit came down today. The way I understand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rellenando.
Ahora?
Ajá, ayer.
No.
Estamos rellenando.
And las truchas es aquí.
Sí, de ahí.
Muchos?
Muchos.
Ah.
Vienen
Mira,
de...
es pescador.
Ah, sí, aquí pues.
Yeah. That would be good.
Aquí puedes...
Cristian. Beautiful.
After a good meal, it was time now to jump back on our bikes and to head down a beautiful canyon. It was a wonderful ride along the Rio Tingo, and we were headed towards the city of Colta. And one thing we've learned on our ride in Ecuador was that weather would change in a heartbeat. From beautiful sunshine, all of a sudden you find yourself in a massive downpour. So we kept our rain gear on and headed down towards the city of Colta and Cajabamba, and the weather changed and it was beautiful. It was getting warm, the sun was shining, and we left this one rain cell behind us, but we could already see the next system on the horizon, so we kept our rain gear on and went through the stop and go traffic in the city, and we were seriously getting sick, not only of the traffic but the diesel fumes, buses and trucks. We were really looking forward towards leaving the big cities and to head up towards Monte Morazzo. One exciting day, riding up to Monte Morazzo, but it was fairly anticlimactic when it came to the actual ride. I expected some trail riding and spectacular views on the way up there, but way sooner than expected, we found ourselves at the gate of a cobblestone driveway less than a mile from the Chimborazo Lodge. And then a host came up to greet us in the parking lot and made sure that we are indeed the expected guests.
¿Cómo está?
Disculpe, ¿a qué nombre está la reserva?
Tres?
Dre,
Nombre.
Freedom rental bike.
Yeah, from Freedom Motorcycles. Tres amigos, Thomas, Doug, and Holger.
Evans, Black,
South
and
America, Freedom,
From the United States.
Conley Summit.
Yeah, we have to film the coupon.
Yeah, we'll see. This is the Chimborazo Lodge, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Aquí. South American Freedom. Tres packs.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah, Freedom.
Ah.
Freedom Motorcycles is the company.
Ya. Tres
Yes.
personas.
Tres personas, yeah.
Ya.
Doug, Holger.
Superior
Thomas.
Plus.
Superior Plus.
Habitación.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. Vamos.
Vamos! We are at the right place. That's good.
No posible en moto.
Yeah. No posible modo.
No, pues,
No,
el puente.
yeah, we're strong. No problem. No problema. Right.
Freedom. No fever. Freedom.
Freedom, yes.
So we were guided from the parking lot up to our new home for the night, and we were super excited about the Reinhold Messner building. Everybody found his own room.
Reinhold, der gute Reinhold Messner hier.
See? Reinhold Messner. Walk through these doors. Ah.
Botas. Aquí nomás.
Cheers, jefes.
Okay.
Señor.
Derecho. Aquí. Wonderful accommodations. We stayed in rooms dedicated to the climbers, Reinhold Messner and Benatti and one other gentleman, and then being greeted by Marcus Cruz and actually served beers and drinks and food was a very humbling experience.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, very nice meeting.
Very nice seeing you again.
Yeah, stories.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We saw the grasses up there. We saw the alpacas and llamas in the background, but what was obscure to us was the view to the mountain.
We're at the mountain somewhere up there.
I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and took a little peek out the window, and it seemed to me like some of the mountain obscuration had lifted, but it was essentially black. I took my Sony camera, set it up, long time exposure, 25 seconds, and here it is. The mountain revealed itself with clouds and fogs surrounding the tip of the mountain, and I started shooting pictures away, and around 5:30ish, I'm taking another peek, and here it is, the entire mountain revealing its tip and its snowy tip of that volcano, and I'm absolutely blown away.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful mountain. We were very fortunate to see it. That's what we came for. We had hoped for. We got to see it. We photographed it, went for breakfast, and met Marco Cruz again, and we're fortunate to have another chat with him. And in the space of about 4 minutes, the mountain was obscured again while we were taking pictures.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then it was time to, after the breakfast, we said goodbye to Marco Cruz. It was time to pack up again, which also took a little bit longer due to the altitude of 4,000 meters. And we carefully put our boots on, which was an exercise in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Carrying the gear back to the motorbikes and put it on. Yeah, it was all a little bit slower. Finally took off, riding over the pass. That was at 4,800 meters or 15,000 feet. And of course it was very cold there. There was snow, there was fog. So to roll through that mystery land, it was quite impressive. And we had a quick stop at one of the hot springs farther down on the way to Ambato, and that was really nice to warm up in the water.
Yeah, that was the Kuniyaku hot springs.
So here we are at the hot springs. Whatever this means, I think it means we should go in. Just like the town of Therme. Is this you, Thomas?
Huh?
Yes, it is. Alright, getting dressed. Extraordinary experience.
This doesn't kill bacteria. This one does.
This one kills you?
This is good. I actually had a really cold pose from the right down.
Yeah.
And I feel my senses opening up from there.
Good.
I would not put my mouth in it.
No.
Or eyes.
And then there's Doug, he's still thinking about it. Not in here yet.
At least we can say we went to a thermal volcanic from Chimborazo hot spring.
It's not sulfuric.
Yeah, it's not.
Maybe you would smell it if it was. Oh. No. And because of the waterfall. All right.
Outside of the So yeah, after the hot springs and the canyon, we arrived in Ambato, tried to connect with friends, but it was very difficult and somehow due to miscommunication or delayed communication because there was no Wi-Fi at the lodge. We continued through Ambato, which was full of traffic. It was hot, and then also the GPS guided us through many town centers. Another town center, and it was just full of buses and trucks. And we actually had it at that point. We stopped at a gas station, found or created a new route, and that freed us up from all that crazy traffic and inhaling diesel particles. And we had a fantastic run towards the crater lakes of
Kilatoa.
Kilatoa.
So we arrived at Kilatoa and checked in, but it was foggy. And we spoke to some gringos who were very nice to say that early in the morning it had been fine, but that was 5 hours ago. So we turned around and headed back towards the Black Sheep Inn, which where we were headed to. And all of a sudden our road was blocked with peligroso. So our fearless leader at that point, Olga, decided.
Well, when it says peligroso, I want to see the peligroso. So we made our ways around the dirt and went to the road that was going to nowhere.
Yeah, so it appeared that the whole road was washed out. There was a 50-meter crater even, and about 30 meter of roadway was missing. So no jump would have been possible to get to the other side. So in this situation, it was nice to take out the drone and
fly the drone down and just look at the whole spectacle from the top and having a nice view into a massive canyon that the road has disappeared into. Apparently, about 2 years ago is when that whole place washed out. And the thing is, there's a dirt road that would actually circumvent this washout, and it ended up being a nice little dirt road experience on the way back up.
Yeah, it was fun to ride it down, and we saw also actually three guys on a scooter taking the same route. So we thought, well, the next time we do a dirt road adventure, we just rent one scooter and ride it all all together. Yeah, you want to see something called Black Sheep?
Oh, well, yeah. So we arrived some on the just an asphalt road, and we found this little obscure turn off, and they had warned us that one motorcycle at a time goes up there, and a rather steep little driveway up into the Black Sheep Inn. But lo and behold, there it was, parked there. Very nice little inn, more what we were expecting to have on this trip. You know, very simple, vegetarian meals, which was,
That's all right.
But at that point, I wasn't feeling like eating anything. And but very nice accommodation, very friendly people, and fires in the rooms, compost toilet, which was interesting, but odor free.
3 scoops.
3 scoops, yeah, and that was good. Had a hot shower, good food, and the next thing we knew, we were surrounded by women, which is very odd. More Germans?
That's what it sounds like.
You like Germans?
Being sick and tired of Germans.
Yeah. In a few years, you will mistake this year for a Germany vacation. Oh, we went to Germany there in the Alps. Nice. Oh, I love that fridge.
Yeah. It's easy to say.
Wonderful. See, that's one of these fridges that I need at home. Wonderful.
Cold ones in the.
It is cold. It is cold.
Yeah. Would you like one?
No, this is cold. This is a cold bottle of beer. Gracias, I'm good.
Maybe one of these.
It's city.
Zum Wohl.
City center Schweiz is.
So we're trying to figure out what these German voices are from. Schweiz. Basel. Basel.
There was quite a difference between all those days, you know, just guys riding motorcycles. It's all a little bit on the rough side, and then suddenly there was a flock of KLM flight attendants, and we had to pull our civil side back out and not just looking at our shoes, and had some really nice, interesting conversations with them. It was very friendly and nice. Yeah.
So the Black Sheep Inn was proved to be very interesting in many ways. They had a gymnasium there with a beautiful view, with concrete weights out there, and some nice relaxing chairs. They also had a sauna and all sorts of things there. It was very interesting. A good eco lodge. Holger had company for the night. It turned out to be a cat that appeared in his room. So he had that for the night, and good breakfast, courtesy of the folks there. checked out, and it turned out to be a much better day than I thought it was going to be, returning to Quito.
Right here.
We did some kilometers on the asphalt, and then we had a dirt road,
Here we come.
and it was very nice. We disappeared into the mountains again, down into the gorges, dirt roads, no people, reasonably challenging on the dirt, but fun, and but spectacular views with no one else there, not a soul. And took some pictures. Thomas just missed a really good picture of Holger deciding to take a rest in the dirt. But more from Holger on that.
Well, certainly. So my night there at the lodge was actually really nice. After having talked to the flight attendants, and I quickly fell asleep. And then I suddenly felt these gentle impressions on my blanket. It quickly turned out that it was not what I thought. It was actually a cat sneaking up to me, and none of the flight attendants. And I actually did let the cat sleep and restfully sleep on my bed, so it was kind of neat.
Dirt roads. It was a very, very valid last day. The ride to Quito. A beautiful steep cliffs again. Drop-offs, yeah. Zigzag, mud, friendly people that greeted us and greeted them.
Yeah, I like the condition of this road too, and in particular that we don't see any buses and trucks.
Yeah, that's the nice shit. And the landscape is amazing too.
Woohoo! That was a fun one.
Hola, señor.
Some hikers. They look like lost Americans.
Hola. Hi guys. Hey guys. They wanted to have the Ecuadorian solitude experience, and then 3 gringos can show up with motorcycles.
Yeah. Smell my fumes.
Trying to keep my shoes dry.
I'm trying to get mine wet.
Mine stay wet.
We went back up in altitude and over 4,000 meters a pass. Just a beautiful round, and definitely for me a huge improvement in skills of riding dirt. It felt so easy. It was comfortable, amazing experience.
Wonder whether this isn't a national park or something on our left. There's no one farming that there.
Sure could be, I don't know. It's pretty.
And we're on the slope of Cotopaxi, right?
I think we are actually. Yeah, 3,972. Just coming over the ridge.
Yeah, almost. Wow. We're close.
We had a cross. Solid cross.
polish. Okay, yeah, this is our routine here to get ready for the rain.
Yeah.
Always rains.
Hang on,
Watch out.
Oh, and I got it. It's all in the timing.
Yeah. So at this point, it would be the right time for Holger to put the camera away because otherwise we will sweat ourselves to death.
Oh, do I have a place to go to?
Yeah.
All right. Time for it.
Then back to Quito, where we were surrounded with traffic, speed traps, trucks,
buses,
construction sites,
police. We saw a rollover crash where it was scary, but again, we developed the skills and to protect ourselves and to be aware of our surroundings, and that got us safely home.
Yeah, they're really taking the toll very seriously. That's a nice shotgun. Alright, not through.
Is he through? Okay, cool.
Yeah, 4.8 kilometers. We are turning onto Avenida Simón Boulevard.
You just go straight?
Yeah, just follow the street. Follow it around.
Well, don't forget our little detour.
Yeah, what that is. Super steep. 3 detour? Okay. Okay.
Hey, we get to our last section of dirt road now.
We're not right. We're not correct.
Yeah, so this is now weird, right? No.
Is it correct?
No. No, that whole screen all of a sudden changed on us.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. So, okay, so let's make a left turn and go underneath the freeway. Yeah, it showed that different, and all of a sudden the screen completely changed the picture.
To me, it shows a right turn.
Yeah, it showed a right turn to me too, but it was supposed to be left there. So.
Yeah, it was super weird. I told you the face.
What? But okay, hang on. Oh, so then right here. Is that? It's got to be this thing here. Oh, here we go.
No.
Yeah, that's what it shows me.
Okay.
No bullshit. That's exactly what we're doing.
Almost looks like we have to go through the gate. Car coming.
Is it okay? Right.
Yeah, it's good. Interesting. On the river.
Yeah, look at that. It's giving us a little bit of an adventure right here.
Right in the middle of Quito.
Yeah, who would have thought, right?
Someone's residence on our left, the electric fence.
Yeah, look at those buildings up there. What a view you've got.
Next to I see the Public Freedom is up there. There's a big modern building now. Over here.
We have a Peligro. So
fucking taxi guys.
Let's check out the Peligro.
Yeah.
We've checked out the Peligro before. That was an interesting one.
Orange flag is coming out.
Alright, last section of dirt.
Okay.
We took the recommended route only to discover that they were repaving part of the old city, and beautiful old buildings and everything around us, and the road was just full of sand and pavers and people working. And so we worked our way up probably about 50 meters, maybe more, up through the piles of sand only to be turned around.
Is he saying it's okay, or does he think it goes down?
Let's see. Can we get through here? See? Yeah, okay, no problemo. The only problem for us is to turn around though.
But by this time we'd gotten used to the GPS and all its nuances, and we figured out a way to get back onto the cobbled streets, fairly steep cobbled streets, as it turns out, in an old part of the town that no one would ever go to. So that was really fun. I liked going up through those streets, and they were steep. And
that we're back on track.
We're back on track. You managed to get around that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly seems like it.
Yeah, going up in cars is a good sign.
Yeah, so to me it shows that we're back on the purple line.
Yeah.
And then we went straight into the complete contrast of Quito itself. And we had to get fuel.
Here, there's one car coming up. Yeah, no, this here gets us straight back to Freedom. Absolutely no bullshit. We cross one major road and then we make a right, the second major.
Okay, yeah, something completely different.
Yeah, no, this is as straight as it gets.
Then we need to get gas too.
Yeah, so let's just keep eyes open for a gas station. I'm sure we come across one.
And that proved to be an interesting proposition.
Move over, it's parked here, the taxi's parked. I keep the pole position for you. So I mean, just look at this.
Yeah, I believe you.
No, we got, it's just, different ways of skinning the cat, that's all.
Yeah, it gives us 3 different answers right now.
Okay. Yeah, all we need to do is just make sure that we see a gas station and then should be fine.
Being in the lead, not knowing the streets, just following a GPS, can definitely get you in some trouble here.
Yeah, that could be gas.
Okay. Yeah, just keep it at a slow speed so we can always make a decision. But we are literally 2 parallel streets over from Finlandia. The major park comes up to the left.
Yeah, but if it doesn't happen, we just get $50 and then it's all good.
Well, they may just tell us to go and get some gas, so.
Filling station you might see on the other side of the road, you feel like accessing by the next U-turn at the next red light. Turns out to be quite challenging because those U-turns are not allowed. Traffic light by traffic light by traffic light. And you end up zigzagging your way through neighborhoods and turnarounds until you actually finally get to your destination.
Last time filling up, putting the good juice in here. Perfect. Oh, excuse me.
Thing is actually behind us, right?
Yeah, we have to go right on the big circle there and then.
It's pretty straightforward from here. Just over to the park and up.
It's pretty straightforward, he says. You had to go like 4 miles for gas.
Well, because that was not straightforward. That was just on the other side of the street. We never navigated to it. If you can't go through the center divider, that sucked.
Yep, we made it, filled up the bikes, and off we go now to Ecuador, the Freedom. No, what's it again? The Ecuador Freedom. No, the Bike Freedom Rental. Freedom Bike Rental. Freedom Bike Rental. Freedom Bike.
Sorry, we closed at 2.
These guys.
I'm going to stick my nose right in here.
That worked.
And then we were welcomed back by the team and very professional setup. They have their immaculate workshop, check over the bikes, had a good chat with Court, learned his story, Need to appreciate the operation a bit more. I'd look at some more advanced bikes, maybe.
And good news, no speeding tickets for
No
So we avoided successfully all the speed traps, which was fantastic. And a Norwegian team was not so lucky, and also some guys from Oregon. So yeah, there was some money waiting for them. We got everything packed. I put my original audio system back into my helmet, and yeah, we had a beer with Kurt and the gang. It was very nice and friendly to buy that.
Yeah, and a big thank you again to Ecuador Freedom Bike Rental. These guys here.
That's Freedom Bike Rental, not Ecuador.
It says Ecuador above it.
It's because it's in Ecuador.
Because it's in Ecuador. Anyways, these guys,
Freedom
Bike Rentals,
self-guided too.
They have not seen us last time.
Yeah, we had a couple of suggestions and recommendations for them, and how we would do a trip if we would do it again, with maybe some resting time, maybe also, or definitely less cities, but more smaller villages. And
more dirt.
More dirt.
Shorter legs.
Dirt every day.
In other words, we've got to come back. Good enough?
It's easier for you to. Okay, perfect.